What's up, guys? Matt Manduke here, and I have for you today some rhetorical thought, formerly food for thought for any of my, longtime followers. Today's topic is football. Now, what do I think about football? I'm not a watcher. I don't even really watch TV, though I did used to watch TV, and when I watched TV, I never watched football. I never really got into any sports, to be totally honest, and why would I have thoughts on this if I don't actually watch it? Well, the fact is, the system's rigged. I live in South Jersey, and most of the people in South Jersey are Eagles fans. Eagles don't win. They'll win a few times throughout the season. Sometimes they go to the playoffs, but they don't win the Super Bowl. Year after year after year after year. Same thing with the Flyers. Sometimes they get all the way to the Stanley Cup, but they lose horribly in the Stanley Cup. The Phillies did win a few years ago, and since then they've sucked ass. But since they've won, and you might notice if you look at their stadium before they won, it was starting to dwindle down and not getting too many people. They win the World Series, and then bam, their stadium's full. And since they won, their stadium's been full. Hell, even my sister jumped on that bandwagon, and she was like notoriously a New Jersey fan. She even likes the Flyers now. What the hell? They didn't win anything. But I used to be a Devils fan. And I noticed, like, during, 1995, there was hardly anybody in the seats for the Devils, and they won in 95. After that, there was a bunch of people in the seats, but, it still wasn't sold out. So they won again in 2000, and they sold out. Well, it started to dwindle down again. By 2005, they won again, and it sold out again. Now, hockey isn't doing too well these days, and I'm surprised the NHL is still in business. Maybe they need to get in line with the NFL and their tax-free business that makes billions of dollars, and they don't get taxed a dime. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a president that'll actually fix that. But who knows? You pay attention to the sport, and mainly it's just football. But you pay attention to the sport and allow it to depict what kind of mood you're in. Like I used to deliver pizzas, and I never really liked Eagles fans when I delivered pizzas, even in Cape May Courthouse, which is far enough away from Philadelphia where the people could actually just, have brains of their own and pick a team that isn't considered the home team, because how is Philadelphia home to New Jersey when Philadelphia is not in New Jersey, it's in Pennsylvania. And at least, there is one team that actually plays in New Jersey. They could actually use that. But I noticed, when a football team, you'll order pizza while you're watching the game, right? And if your team was winning, you were more likely to tip. But, if you were an Eagles fan, you were less likely to tip than, say, like the Cowboys fan. But even, like, when your team was losing, if you're an Eagles fan, you're a freaking asshole and you didn't tip at all. If you're a Cowboys fan, you didn't tip as well, but you still tipped. But the fact is, you're allowing your football team to depict your mood. To define who you are. That isn't that just a little bit beyond control? You are who your football team is. Um, but it should be obvious that if you look at the Eagles Stadium, that their seats are sold out. They don't need to win. They've already sold all their seats. They've already sold all their gear. They've already made their money. And the franchises that win are the ones that are, losing money. If your seats are going empty, you're going to win. It's all a rigged system. And if you guys haven't seen that yet, all you have to really do is open your eyes and start paying attention. The individual stats of the players don't actually matter. If they're a really great player and they find themselves on a team that, doesn't win because, even though they have a great team, they don't win because their seats are sold out, they're not going to make that team any better and make them win because that team doesn't win because they've already made their money. It's like a vacation. It applies to all sports. Even basketball. Basketball didn't used to be like that. In the 90s, I honestly don't think that it was rigged because Michael Jordan, won 5 tournaments in a row And, I don't think it was just him. There was a few other people on his team. I'm not a big basketball follower, so, it is what it is. But, his seats were sold out, after the first time. He didn't need to keep doing it 5 times in a row. But, it happened. So I don't know that it was rigged then, but it definitely is now. Because, it's just another system of control. And if you guys allow it to control you, well, that's why we call you sheeple. Anyway, for the rest of you that have watched through this and actually, bounce that thought around in your head, if you like it, please subscribe. Check out one of my other, well, check out one of my other 4 channels. I have 5 total now, and this is one of them. Go ahead and like this, and I'll check you out next time.